Good evening, everyone, and welcome to day 719. War in Ukraine. Welcome from the front lines, and I mean the very front lines. Everything may look okay behind me, but outside is boom shakalaka. We are safe tonight. Johnny, I've got him tucked away in his place. Pierre in his, Jing in his, and mine. I'm safely tucked away in my location. Now, today was a crazy, crazy day with so many things happening that we were not planning for. And that's what happens when you run aid on the front line. So tonight for the video update, yes, we're dropping aid. Yes, we're delivering aid. Yes, we're delivering the things that you have purchased. And I would like to take the opportunity to say this right now before we get going in the video tonight. And that is this. Many of you have emailed, you have bought coffees, you have sent messages on the YouTube platform, all of these things. And you guys know, and if you're here new, I really try to answer everything in a timely fashion. So I have quite a few emails stacking up on me. And if you have sent one, please do not despair. I promise you I will reply. It's just, there's no time. We leave at the very, very early morning. We get back late at night. We're zonked. And then we have to, edit video and get it up onto the platform so that you guys can be updated and be a part of what you are participating in. So once this time with Johnny has ended and our schedule is, well, it's always crazy, but a little more stable, and we'll be back in our home base recycling for our next run, which is imminent. I will respond to everything. So thank you very much for emailing. Please do not stop emailing. Please do not stop commenting, liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all of those things. We could not do this without you. So today, on day 719, quite an adventure with Johnny Pearce. And this is worthy of sharing. Some really good comments, some good commentary on some things that Johnny has experienced today. And yes, we also were dealing with some aid today, specifically a heater system for a volunteer that services vehicles every day. They're outside working in the cold and they're freezing. So we have a heater system that we have gotten down here to this frontline area. And it's probably already there, or it's in transit to their location where they repair soldiers' vehicles. So this has been an amazing day. Thank you for being here tonight, and get ready. Here we go. Day 719, War in Ukraine with Johnny Pearce. Buckle your seatbelts. This is where I walk, guys, behind the tippling philosopher. In case he tipples over, then I will catch him. You're doing good, JP. Two more.
I love a bit of accessibility.
Yes, very accessible, and we've made it. Good job, mate. Hold stop right there. Let's look at the back of this sweatshirt. He's wearing all around ATP Geopolitics, Ukraine aid. Super. Slava Ukraine.
Heroin slava.
Plus. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to get anything done with this man today running the fronts. He's drinking tea and eating vegan bars.
And had taken my pills.
Taking pills. Hey, but we getting it done.
It's live on the front line, or near.
All right, guys, here is something else that we're delivering. Just trying to keep you guys posted. This is a heating system for a volunteer group. This is pallet 1, and this is pallet 2. It's a heating system that we're getting to one of our volunteers out on the southern front here that repairs vehicles, and we're getting it transported in that bus there. And you guys helped do this, so you paid for it. So, Slava Bogu, Slava Bogu. And thank you guys. You name it, we do it, and we all do it together. Thank you. Here we go. Oh.
Ебать его рот.
Why have you sitting, you know?
Нахуя он сел,
I
когда
could
здесь
do
друг
it all the
есть?
way to fix it. but we
Я
have
трошки
friends.
помогу. Трошки помогу. Ну за деньги, за деньги.
I will do a little bit for money, but
Нахуя он сел?
why you? Okay, why have you sit fucked?
Johnny, Johnny.
Can you tell him he's better at getting me dressed than I am?
Скажи йому, що в нього видається Краще говорити
Hey, Johnny.
багато, ніж в мене.
How does it make you feel when a Ukrainian hero from the fronts put your shoes on?
Якщо я зі
It makes me feel privileged.
Давай зробимо так.
Slava Ukraina!
Героям слава!
Geroim slava! Johnny, how about this bringing it full circle?
It's wonderful, and I just want to say thank you, Mark and Olena, for putting us in touch with Tanya, and is that Tanya's brother, Nikolai? Nikolai.
Зараз.
And I just want to say, Mark, Olena, hello.
We made it! So for those of you that are wondering, these are
Mark and
Go
Olena
ahead.
are in Canada at the moment. They are Ukrainians, and they live together in Canada. They've been following my channel, and I've interviewed them, and they said where their parents, or where Olena's parents live, and we said we would visit to go to see them on behalf of Mark and Olena,
yes, and we're here,
and we're here.
and we're going
The
to
video of the name of the water.
oh, look at there you go, Mark and Elena. Снегириска. Водички.
Is that water from here?
Yes.
Marvelous.
Wow. So I'm sure they recognize that. And just think about this. You're there based in UK.
Yeah.
They're over there in Canada.
And here we are.
And here we are at the home place in Ukraine.
Ukraine.
A little loud out there too.
It is. There are some outgoing artillery batteries. This is fairly hot. But
Did you see his eyeballs get a little larger? But this is the beauty of the YouTube communities and the power of the people,
Yes.
where we're literally able to be visiting somebody's family for them.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
And it's a true pleasure. So I'll let you know how wonderfully hospitable they have been, which is, I'm sure, going to be fantastic. So, Olena, this is for you.
Yep. You did bring them a gift, right?
Yes.
Would you bring them some chocolate?
chocolates.
Yes. You did perfect, Johnny. Thank you. Guys, this is what it's all about here, and I just want to take a moment and give you an insight. Typically, we're out dropping aid. In fact, we're leaving here to drop aid in the early evening hours. But, you know, this is, these are parents of one of Johnny's viewers, and they've been watching my stuff as well and participating and donating. And there they are. And there's Jania, and there's Johnny, and there's Pierre. And equally as important as dropping aid to the soldiers or to civilians is bringing a little bit of normal life. We are constantly hearing the outgoing here. This is an active war zone. And the joy that we're bringing, not only in being able to just show up literally in the middle of nowhere, and to have a meal with them and fellowship, but it brings them some normalcy and some joy. And you know what? It doesn't get any better than this. We're trying to share everything with you, share how we're helping Ukraine, how you're helping Ukraine. And it's more than a metal detector, and it's more than a tourniquet. It's bringing some love and some care to every person possible. So you can see it. They're loving every minute of it. Welcome to Ukraine. And folks, this is the real Ukraine. I know that you fancy yourself on, and you do a phenomenal job, Johnny. I want to compliment you on your knowledge of Ukraine, especially with this being your first trip here and all of your analysis and news and understanding. But when you sit around a dinner table in a war zone, what are you really learning?
What's fascinating about this, aside from the privilege of being involved in a meal, being a recipient of the hospitality of these kind people, it's just hearing their first-hand accounts of living in Snihorivka and what they're going through, or what they went through during Russian occupation, and some of the absolutely horrific war crimes, like absolute, first-hand evidence of war crimes that were committed by the Russians on the Ukrainian population here. And Absolute shocker.
Is it surprising for you to hear them, or
I don't know, because
not hearing them, but you're getting a first-hand witness?
Yeah, you hear about these things, but there's some kind of validation. There's some kind of validation that you know it definitely has happened. Like
What you've reported on, what you've read.
the kind of things that we report occasionally and say, "Oh, this has happened. This is terrible," and this is been reported to have happened. But of course, take it with a pinch of salt, all that kind of stuff. Well, here's like someone sitting there, or two people here, telling me this happened. I was the first person to report it myself. I experienced this. The Russians, in this case, the Russians blew up a bunch of... So what happened? The story is that the Russians said, this is where you can come and get water from fresh water, because there's no fresh water in the village. So you need to come and gather here and get fresh water. So they all gathered there. And then a mortar bomb hit the people and blew up people. And straight away, there were Russians with video cameras. And then they said, this is what the Ukrainians have done. This is what the Ukrainians have done. And they filmed that as if this was a mortar attack on Ukrainians by Ukrainians. And the Ukrainians here were like, no, that's not what happened. And we know, and we were here, and we were attacked by the Russians, etc., etc. And it was just a fully staged event, but a staged event that was absolutely horrific.
Well, I hope...
There you go.
I hope this helps you just solidify your understanding. There's no better way to learn than first-hand witnesses.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, thanks, Johnny.
Rostov-на-Дону. 1995. Philosophy. This is the copybook for the universities.
Excellent. Johnny?
Brilliant.
So you come here, learn all this stuff, and then they say, you know what, take one of our books.
I get hit with a philosophy book.
And you get a philosophy book.
What more could you...
Just heard Johnny say, what a beautiful church. We're making progress.
The building. The building.
But you were just going on a little rant and just learning stuff here, just how important it is that Ukraine needs supplies.
Yeah, do you know what? I've got plenty of ammunition. I've got plenty of ammunition, even if the Ukrainians don't. I've got plenty of ammunition to rant, and I am going to let rip at some point soon, and it's just going to be a 20-minute video where I just go and then just get annoyed at the world for not doing what's obviously right and not doing it at the right time. And it, like, you can hear me now, I'm getting angry. So
we've been meeting today with some guys, and we've confirmed two things. And it's confirmed for Johnny that he's learning here, being here in the war zone. And the first one is that the heroes fighting and defending not only Ukraine, but also all of you who are watching this video, that's confirmed. So we are happy about that. High quality soldiers, high quality guys defending freedom for the world. But unfortunately, we also confirm that Ukraine is it fair to say, Johnny, critically low on supply?
yeah, it just, they're struggling for people, and nothing that we didn't know, but like the complete confirmation of this, which is struggling for people and struggling for stuff. Like I keep saying, just all sorts of stuff. Interesting speaking to someone recently saying that, do you know what, if we had jets, the Russians wouldn't be able to fire their Cub bombs or their FAB glide bombs. And it's like, yep, if they'd been given jets, like if that decision was made 2 years ago and we'd had a year of F-16s being used, this war would look pretty different now. It's not the panacea, but it's stuff. It's just stuff. Why can't we make the right decisions at the right time to give them the things they need? They will put their bodies on a line if we give them the kit to succeed, to prevail. But we're just not doing it, and it's still not enough at the moment.
So gives you a little bit of insight here, and we're heading to another meeting now, and to meet with the hero, and it's going to give Johnny more insight. And this is what we do, guys. This is why we're I don't want to use the word confident, but maybe a better phrase is we feel ourselves to be fairly well informed. You know, we're not relying on second, third, fourth, fifth hand information that is modified by some media department selling an advertisement. We're here, we're talking directly to the guys in all different positions, all different jobs in the military, all different walks of life and standing with Ukraine. And the story is the same. So we're here, and we thank you. We thank you that you, through us, through Johnny, through Dr. Gertis, through Rick, we're doing the maximum possible to help these guys and to help Ukraine. Thank you. Are we having a very proper time here in the south coast of England?
It is positively warmer than it was when we were up east of the country.
Yes.
Where we had heaps of snow and ice. This is actually relatively mild and very different, not just climate, but also the land is very flat around here. And then Kherson itself is an absolutely fascinating place, and not necessarily in a good way.
Yeah.
As in, it's a ghost town in many respects, and yet still resiliency there where people are clinging on. There can't be many jobs. Most places are completely boarded up. Doesn't mean that they're closed necessarily, but everyone's boarded up. But then a lot of places are closed.
I think your phrase coming out was, it's just a ghost town.
It is.
It's a ghost town.
It's deeply saddening because I imagine Kherson in peacetime would be a great place to be by the river.
It's a tourist destination. 300,000 people, the gateway to Crimea, shipping, port infrastructure, shipbuilding, you name it, and it's gone.
Yeah.
So
it's a real shame. And then we heard the odd whoops
of
outgoing. And then last night I was sitting on the terrace where we were staying, just quietly watching flashes in the sky, in the dark sky of incoming to, one would presume, the other side of the river to the Russian positions.
Yes.
Or maybe Krinky even up the river.
Yes.
There could be some hits on Krinky, flashes and the occasional explosions not too far away. So, the constant reminder that this is close to where it is, but also, now today it's a place where cars are driving, trucks are driving, people are getting on with their lives. People have got used to living in a water.
Well, I hope that the time that we've been inside Kherson was able just to increase your understanding.
Yeah,
and,
for sure.
So, thank you, Johnny.
Thank you.
Yep, man. I know that you fancy yourself on, and you do a phenomenal job, Johnny. I want to compliment you on your knowledge of Ukraine.